What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to episode 59 of the Daily Dose podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Shout outs to our sponsors, Complete Solutions LLC. Tap in with them in Albuquerque or your surrounding areas for any residential or commercial remodel work, parking lot restriping, cleaning services, whatever you need, they'll get it taken care of. Gonna be a great episode today, guys. Tons of good fights over the past weekend. I couldn't even watch them all live. You had Gamebred fighting championships, bare knuckle, you had boxing, you had Rizin, PFL, and the big UFC 327. Let's get right into it, guys. UFC 327 in Miami. Wow, great card overall. Lots of good fights, lots of finishes. You had Vicente Luque with a great performance over Kelvin Gastelum. I got to think Kelvin Gastelum's probably going to be out of there. Let's check it out. How many losses is he riding? He had just gotten some. I guess he's a win-lose. He had a couple streaks where he was at a 2 or 3 fight losing streak. But, I just don't see much from him. Vicente Luque had a great performance. Ended up getting the Anaconda choke. You had Tatiana Suarez with a great win. Submission rear naked choke over Lupi Godinez. She was just kind of slowly breaking her down, increasing the pressure, just trying to get the right position, and she eventually got it, closed in the rear naked choke. Mateus Gamrot showed us he's not too old yet. He still can compete with the best. He looked great, had a triangle choke. He was all over Esteban Rivas, really looked good. I thought maybe his time had come, but not at all. He's looking for the big fights out there. Kevin Holland versus Randy Rude Boy Brown. Looked like your ideal, your traditional solid Kevin Holland performance, sticking and moving, landing shots, landing combos, talking shit, doing his thing. Shout outs to him, really good performance. And then you had Aaron Pico versus Patricio Pitbull. Wow, Aaron looked great. As the fight went on, he was opening up more and more, putting together 3, 4, 5 punch combos, ripping shots. I don't know how Patricio didn't go down. Great performance for him. I'd imagine Patricio will probably be done in the UFC. We'll see what happens. Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Cub Swanson's retirement fight. Great performance. Just came out there gun blazing. Got a TKO. He was all over Nate. Never really gave him any time. Big win for him. Nice retirement. Shout outs to Cub Swanson. Legendary career. Then you had the snooze fest of the night. I don't know what the hell these guys were doing. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker ended up being one of the most boring, un-action-packed fight we've ever seen. That was nuts. I don't know what they expect to get from that. Doesn't help their position at all. Doesn't get them a title shot. They looked absolutely terrible. Thank goodness Josh Hoykett comes out and has one of the greatest heavyweight fights in history. Being entertainment-wise, usually heavyweights get you out of there pretty quick. Him and Curtis Blades just went back and forth. Any other guy in there with either guy would have lost that fight. It takes 2 to tango. Curtis was a dog hanging in there, and Hoykett, just like Pico speed, was landing these great combos, putting it together. He looked super good. I guess a little bit earlier in the night, Donald Trump was saying that, he wanted Derek Lewis on the White House card. Joe Rogan suggested him and Hoykett. Boom. Now you got it. Josh Hoykett versus Derek Lewis at the White House card. Now my concern for each guy, if Hoykett takes that many shots from Derek, he'll probably be out of there. My concern for Derek is that he's really a slow starter. Hoykett comes out there guns blazing, dropping some combos like that. He could definitely get him out of there. But that was a great fight. 2 back-to-back 100,000 bonus wins for Josh Hoykett. Great performance for him. In the co-main event, very, very big fight for Paulo Costo up at 205. Doesn't have to worry about cutting so much weight and stuff like that. Great performance over this Azmat Murkazov. The first 2 rounds were kind of traditional Paulo, more of that car crash, kind of sloppy, but putting up big shots. All of a sudden, his cardio, he got that second win. He was landing some big kicks, ended up getting a TKO head kick. Great performance by him, puts him right up in the runnings for, title shot talks as number 1 contender, fights, stuff like that, because Reyes and Walker just went to the back of the line. Nobody, especially Dana, wants to see that shit. So shout outs to Paulo Costa. And in the main event, Carlos Oberg, very early in the fight, kind of blows out his knee or tears something, and he can barely stand on it. Jiri starts landing some leg kicks. Really looked like he was going to get him out of there. They were really just kind of feeling each other out up until that point. And, again, Yuri's just kind of kicking him, and it's like, holy shit, he's going to stop him. Then check this out. Oh, my God. Big left hook from Carlos Oberg. Puts him down. TKO. Gets him out of there. Crazy, crazy fight. Crazy way to win. It looked like he was going to lose, due to the injury kind of hindering him. But that's why I said I could never really bet on Jiri, because he does not move his head and he swings from his ass. Wild, crazy shots. And, he's unorthodox and awkward, but just not a safe bet on trying to win world title fights. On that night as well, UFC signs Gable Stevenson to the heavyweight division. Josh Hoykick. All right, they're starting to get a little bit of entertainment up there. We'll see how that starts to shake out, if Alex wins the belt, if Cyril Gane does. So great UFC 327 card. Love to see it. This weekend coming up, we got a Canada card headlined by Gilbert Burns versus Mike Mallet. You got Kyler Phillips, Charles Jourdain, Mandel Naleo, Jai Herbert, Jasmine Jazz Devicious versus Corinne Silva, Thiago Moises, Gage Young, Dennis Bazooka, and Marcio Barbosa. Some decent fights. You got Tanner Bozer, JJ Aldrich. Again, these are a lot of fighters that are catering to, that region of the world. I'd say, Thiago Moises, I'm picking him. I'm taking Jasmine Jazz Devicious. I'm taking Kyler Phillips over Charles Jourdain. And in the main event, I'm taking Michael Mallet over Gilbert Burns, being that it's in Canada. Burns is a little older, has a little more miles. We'll see how that shakes out. But, yeah, they definitely spoiled us with that 327. Really, really good card. Shout-outs to the UFC. PFL had a pretty decent card. I saw it was in Chicago. Sergio Pettis was the main event. He did suffer a loss, but it was a pretty good fight. Rizin, I saw James Gallagher, his first Rizin debut. He got submitted. These Gamebred fighting championships, bare knuckle MMA. Holy smokes. Anthony Smith put on a beautiful, beautiful performance over Chase Sherman. Thiago Santos had a big win. These were just super entertaining to see. A lot different when it's bare knuckle, still the MMA rules, and super entertaining. Shout outs to Masvidal out there in DR. Looks like he had a great event. Jimmy Smith and Brendan Schaub did the commentary, did a great job. You also had Tyson Fury and the guy he fought versus, and in the co-main you had Conor Benn and Regis Prograis. Now, Regis Prograis and Conor Benn, that was like two bums fighting for a cheeseburger in the back of Applebee's. Both of these guys have very similar styles, sloppy, really wide stance, just kind of throw a big punch. Obviously, Conor Benn's younger. Regis Prograis retires, and I don't know the path for Conor Benn. He's not beating Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, any of these guys at 47 or 54 especially. I'm just not sure what his future holds or where he goes. I believe that was a one-off with Zuffa for $15 million. We'll see what happens. Dirty boxing, man. Same thing. This is such a cool rule set. Pretty much boxing, but with elbows, spinning back fists, stuff like that. Really makes for an entertaining fight. Check out some of these. This 6'8" guy, he was doing that spinning back elbow. Just a lot of entertaining. When the guy falls to the ground, they can follow up with a little bit of ground and pound as far as I know. Shout outs to Mike Perry. Looked like a really good event. Excuse me. Richardson Hitchins and Edgar Berlanga. There it is. Excuse me. Signed to Zuffa Boxing. Looks like Dana's getting a pretty good roster going. I'd be curious to see what's, really enticing or what's making these guys leave some of these bigger, traditional boxing promotions to go join Dana and Zuffa. We'll see how it goes from there. Now, we might finally all get a fight we've been wanting. Darren Till signs with BKFC. Hopefully after Perry and Nate they get it on in BKFC. Maybe this is what Feldman was talking about. He said he had something really big planned for him and still does have it planned. So depending kind of what damage, how the fights goes with Nate. Whoo! Darren Till versus Mike Perry and Bare Knuckle. That would be a hell of a fight. Now, Joshua Van, I don't know. I heard that the fight got moved out an extra month due to an injury. Looks just fine. Looks like he's training good. All this stuff. I don't know. Just looks a little suspect. Maybe he wasn't prepared. I don't know what happened there, but just doesn't look right to me. Oh, well. We'll see how his title reign goes there. Now, something they also had last week, they had that hype grappling event in the co-main. You had Cheeto, or I think the main was Cheeto and John Silva. Yep, and the co-main was Davison Figueiredo and Raul Rojas Jr. Pretty entertaining. I don't know how the Rojas one went. I think Cheeto and Silva ended in a draw. Check this out. It's pretty cool to see Rojas Jr. is just messing around, having a good time. It's pretty cool. He's so young. I guess he gets a lot of love from the fans. And, though it's a grappling match, that young, out there in Brazil doing that, that's badass to see. So shout outs to him. I do like some of these matchups they're putting together on these wrestling and these grappling cards. But my one thing is, why don't you guys just fight, right? Everybody's so eager to grapple, to wrestle. You guys are fighters. Let's see some scraps, especially I love Arman. He's doing a lot. He's entertaining, but I want to see Buddy get some scrapping on. So let's see what happens there. Speaking of Arman, he ran into one of these internet dorks. He didn't even know who this guy was. Check this out. I don't even know. I just see this guy saying dumb shit all the time. I don't really know his name. He's telling them, you might recognize me. Arman's like, who are you, buddy? What's up? Arman asked him to show him what he's got. Look at this. Oh, stop it. Arman's like, buddy, please don't do that. Oh, man. Talk about delusion. This dude can't be serious. Kung Fu, buddy. Get that shit out there. You're talking to one of the baddest dudes on the planet, Arman Sarukian, talking about some stuff like that. Dude is just an absolute dork, and I don't get why people cap so hard. We're gonna uncover it, buddy. People are gonna look and see and figure out real quick how much you're full of shit. Now let's check out Jiri Prochazka and Josh Hoyt got into it. This was like the pre-fight weigh-in stuff. Or before the press conference.
Don't shake my hand, then, homie.
Hoyt's telling him he's gonna chop him up with a lightsaber and put his head on Alex Burr's body.
Sit your little ass down, homie.
Again, what? Dude be going too far. I don't like all his corny antics, but you can't really say anything when he's winning fights in the fashion he's been winning. We all know this guy is just crazy, but leading up to his fight here, check this out. This dude is just crazy. Jiri Prochazka was rubbing chili in his eyes, letting ants bite his hand, and swimming under ice water.
Death of your mind, totally present,
trying to die, buddy, is just crazy. You ain't got to do all that, my boy. You just got to train. You don't got to lock yourself in rooms and not eat for 4 days and all this crazy shit, because you still be getting knocked out, buddy. You need to work on moving your damn head and not being so damn awkward and standing there. But I just thought that was interesting. People spend time doing all this extra shit sometimes, and it really doesn't even matter. Now, something interesting, Justin Bieber at Coachella was doing his thing. It was pretty cool. I saw a couple different videos where people were basically saying, at Coachella, he just did his own thing. He just busted out his laptop. He was taking requests from the crowds and just rocking out. That's pretty cool. You definitely don't see that, right? He didn't have his usual just performance and run through everything or what's more current, right? He literally had his laptop out clicking stuff on YouTube. Some stuff he was actually singing, some stuff he was more just singing over, but just cool to see. I know a lot of people enjoyed it, and I saw a lot of people talking about it. Now, man, Floyd just is not going to catch a break. Probably until next year when he gets back on track. It's being reported, check this out, Manny Pacquiao, I believe, took over one of his gyms in Hollywood that he got behind on payments or whatever it may be. And now Manny Pacquiao took over. And, you know, of course, people are going to talk about it. And it's like, damn it. But, you know, hopefully after this year, whenever, you know, after all these fights, Floyd can get back on track and get things in order. Blew billions of dollars, and that's on him. But sucks to see, you know, things turn out that way. Now, Offset. Everybody knows Offset was recently shot by, it looks like one of TK whatever buddy's crew. And not too long after, check this out, he's back in the casino, spotted trying to gamble again. He allegedly owes this casino like 900 and some thousand. I was like, damn, everybody was hating on Buddy too. I didn't see anybody wishing him well or recovery or anything. People were like, you know, from entertainers to athletes to jewelers, I saw people being like, nah, motherfucker owes me 10,000, 8,000, 20,000. I'm like, damn. People were just not having it, but you know, what can you do? I guess when you put yourself in that position, that's what's going to happen. Now, rapper Nardo Wick, I guess fighting isn't necessarily his specialty, but he gets into it with a security guard. Oh, shit, man. Check this out, guys. Definitely not the greatest fight. His buddy comes in to save him, but, I mean, they definitely did. Ooh, he got cracked. He got kicked in his face and spit on, and I mean, he's not the worst I've ever seen. He was getting some shots in there, but that's definitely a tough one. Streamer Deshae Frost. He had this like dating show or something like that going on. Check this out. This is definitely not a good look for him. He should have got his ass whooped and thrown in the water, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get some backlash, possibly canceled or, you know, some type of stuff like that. But I hate to see when dudes get in altercations like this where they smack a woman or whatever, and that there's dudes just sitting around. Guys, you know, as a man, that if you're around an altercation where a woman is being endangered or hurt or taken advantage of, that your duty as a man is to hop in and make sure that doesn't happen, right? So that's always my big thing. I always see these videos, tons of other people are on the boat, and it's like, what the hell? But yeah, look at this, guys.
Oh, shit.
God damn. I mean, that looked like he really smacked her. You know, he threw her purse off the boat. It's just like, goodness gracious, man. And again, everybody's just sitting there recording. That's what I don't like. But he'll get his for sure, and there will definitely be repercussions from it. Now, Guy whistles the national anthem. I get, you know, this may require talent or something like that, but what the hell is this? You guys tell me if I'm tripping. What the hell, buddy? Like I said, for me, I don't know. The national anthem usually should be someone killing it, making you feel good, making you feel proud. That shit was just weird. Like, what are you doing, buddy? But to each his own. I'm sure somebody liked it. Now, check out these fishermen in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Fumbled the bag. These guys found $500K off the coast when they were doing some fishing, and they turned it in. Why would you do that? I'm not turning no drugs in. I'm not turning any money in. Like, boy, they ain't gonna do nothing with that. You should have just came up on that one, but what can you do? Now, this guy in Mexico, this gold miner, was allegedly trapped for 2 weeks under this spot. He was stuck in water, and they finally got to him, and he was still alive. I don't know how, you know, he was surviving and stuff like that for 2 weeks trapped under there, water up to your waist. That is just insane. Maybe he was under there for some less time. I don't know what it was, but that is absolutely crazy. I couldn't imagine being at work and next thing you know, boom, you're trapped and all this stuff. That's absolutely crazy. Now, let's talk, guys, about this Gucci man and Pooh Shiesty. First of all, he's an absolute idiot, Pooh Shiesty, that is. probably going to be getting 20, 30 years. The feds absolutely hate when they give you a break, give you a slap on the wrist, and then you spit in their face like that. Absolutely nuts. All you dorks out there talking about Gucci snitch, this and that, guys, you're out of your mind. If your boy told you he was going to meet up with you to talk about some shit and robs you for like $400,000 of jewelry, tries to cheat you out of millions of dollars, you're telling too, buddy. That's not how it works. If Pooh wanted to get out of his contract so bad, he should have fulfilled it, made as much money as he could, and moved on. That was the dumbest shit he could have ever done. Yes, Gucci told on him. Yes, he's going to prison for a long, long time. That's not how you handle stuff, guys. We're not in goddamn Grand Theft Auto. You guys talking this and that probably don't even make 50 grand a year, so your opinion literally doesn't even count. You ain't even touched enough bread to even understand that. Now check this out, guys. Should this cop hang it up and retire? Woo! Oh man. Buddy can barely get up. It might be time, my boy. It might be time, my boy. This is crazy. Whose uncle's out here wilding like this, missing the pepper spray? Oh shit, my boy. See stuff like that. It's like, bro, if you're really protecting our lives out here and that's happening, then we're probably gonna die, man. I need you guys to tighten it up. Real quick, guys, if you've made it this far, if you're rocking with the Daily Dose podcast, just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. It really, really means a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Show this to a friend. Post it on your social media. Tag me in there, and we'll repost it. Really appreciate it, guys. Crime of the week. I really been liking this segment. This one is very interesting, guys. This guy has gone viral. So basically, this guy comes up to the ring camera, starts acting crazy.
Hello.
Ends up in the crib. He's screaming for dude's daughter, this and that.
I just want to make sure that everything's okay. There seems to be something going on.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
This dude is lucky. I mean, I'm telling you this. Let's say I'm at my house and Buddy tries to pull this. He's going to be a memory in his family's heart. He's going to be on a goddamn t-shirt. I don't care if Buddy's having a bad day, pissed off, wrong house. Like, this dude looks like he's missing a few screws up there. So whoever his handler is, y'all got to make sure people know what they're getting into, because some people just do not play that shit. And yeah, Buddy knocking on my door like that, he gonna get that first class meeting with God. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much, guys. Been a great episode. Went over a lot of current topics. Went over all the fights from this past weekend. As always, we're gonna get out of here on the message of the week. Keep it simple, guys. Do what got you to the dance. Stay consistent. Don't switch up what made you successful. Even if you're at a plateau, even if things might not seem like they're going your way, don't try and switch it up. Don't try and do, fancy or unnecessary stuff. Do what got you to the dance. Put in the work and let it all work out. Thank you guys so much. That's a wrap. Episode 59 of the Daily Dose podcast. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Show it to a friend. We appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys next week. And we're out.